up? I hope you're having a good morning, noon, night, whenever this video may reach you. Do your girl a favor and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you can get that thing whenever I upload a new video. So today, we are going to be talking about the lawsuit that Jay-Z was in. He got caught up in some Diddy drama, child. The lawyer Busby, trying to get him to cop a plea or do whatever it is with that case, saying that they raped a 13-year-old girl. It was dismissed, but Jay-Z is about to sue Busby because he said, no, you got me effed up. All of the trauma that I experienced, the things that my family and my children went through, like Jay-Z is not about to let it go. This is just getting started. So we're also going to be talking about A$AP Rocky and his legal woes and the fact that Rihanna, child, she done showed up to the courthouse. A$AP Rocky's potentially facing 24 years. I don't know why he didn't take the plea deal now, because that would have been like maybe 6 months versus 24 years. They must know something that we don't know because, baby, I don't know. And we're going to be talking about Wendy Williams. I'm so happy to see Wendy Williams out and about. She finally got to, get a little bit of sunshine. She's down in Florida with her family. We're going to also talk about, the little docu-series that she did with TMZ and how she pretty much said her son is kind of responsible for her conservatorship, y'all. Then we're going to get into some other hot topics because it's a lot going on. I don't know why all these planes are crashing in. We're going to get into it, but where y'all at? Come on over, lovebirds. Come on over, baby. So we can get this party started. Let me see who up in here. Hey, Cynthia, to Demi. What's up, guys? Anointed. Hey, Sun. Hey, Empress Mimi. What's going on? Yes. Everybody that's coming in, make sure you smash the like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. If you are catching the replay, drop your girl some pink hearts in the comment section for me for the 1 time and a 2 time. Bloop. So what we will do is I'm going to show y'all Rihanna showing up to the courthouse with her babies in tow, child. I said, oh, she outside. And it's cold in New York City. And she had one of the babies with shorts on. I didn't too much like that because it's really cold. You see how crazy the paparazzi is? Oh my God. I got way too much anxiety for that. If I had a baby and I was famous and I knew all the paparazzi was going to be around, I don't know that I would be able to have my kid outside. Like, especially if they can't walk and I have to like hold them. I have way too much anxiety. I personally don't think that she should have her kids going to court. That's just me. I don't know. Hey, I don't know. I'm not a billionaire like Rihanna. She can do whatever it is that she want to do, but maybe they're trying to show like a united front. They're trying to show up with the family or whatever the case may be. I don't know. So now I want to go. Let's head on over to TMZ. Shouts out to TMZ. And let's click on this one. A$AP's lawyers speak out. A$AP Rocky's attorney speaks out, reveals shocking details about Rihanna. Now we might have to not play, like show. I'm not trying to get a copyright, child. So
was in court with Welcome back to TMZ Live. ASAP Rocky, the jury in his trial about to begin deliberations. They are not in court today, but wow, did it end
explosively?
Very explosively. The last day closing arguments, we saw a blow up between Rocky's lawyer Joe Tacopina and the prosecutors. We saw the prosecutors make a big deal about the fact that Rihanna was in court
with her kids,
with the kids. Complaining to the jury about the fact that Rihanna was there with the kids. But that blow up between Joe Tacopina and the prosecutor was
epic.
I have not seen anything like that. So,
but the big thing right now is who won this case, because it's now up to the jury to decide, and high stakes, because if Rocky's convicted, this could be several decades in prison.
Yeah, up to 24 years would be the max he could get. And remember, there was a deal that was on the table, and he turned it down. So, like you say, high stakes. And
so, for those of you who don't know, ASAP is being accused of powering his friend. That's pretty much what this is all about. And Son said that's proper English dressing. In 30-degree weather, it's freezing. I don't know why English people be having their kids out. That's how y'all dress y'all kids with poom shorts on in the freezing cold. Girl, it's too cold.
Joining us right now to talk about those stakes and what went on during closing arguments is Joe Tacopina, ASAP Rocky's attorney. Joe, welcome back to TMZ Live. How you doing?
Hey, Artie. Hey, Charles. How you guys doing?
We're good. How are you feeling right now? You've presented your case, done your closing, you've heard what prosecutors had. You rejected a plea deal. How you feeling?
I feel great. I mean, look, this case went in perfectly for us. I mean, I believed in Rocky's innocence from day one. Rocky's maintained it by virtue of the fact that he's turned down a plea that would have been, they offered him like 6 months. And he's facing obviously a lot more than that. I think shows you his resolve and his belief in his innocence and belief in the jury system. So, this case, it should be a 5-minute acquittal. But again, I've tried 120 jury trials, both as a prosecutor and defense attorney, and I will tell you, you could never, despite what all pundits may think and people in the courtroom, you just never know what a jury's thinking. So you can't take anything for granted, which is why I spoke to that jury for 5 hours in my summation.
Fair helps us connect with businesses that align with our values.
Oh, you gotta let the commercial pass.
There was something in particular you said that did not sit well with the prosecutor, and we saw the big argument over this. You're referring to ASAP Rocky as having perjured himself, and that the prosecution accepted that. Joe, I've never seen an attorney take off his coat in court because it seemed like he was about to get into a fight.
No, I took off my coat, Charles, because it was very hot in court. I didn't know this was going to happen. I was just listening to, this repeated, I'll call it whining, if you will, by the prosecutor, which seemed to happen every day. So I took my coat off because it was getting hot, not because I was getting ready to have fisticuffs. They objected to the fact that we said they embraced perjury. It's different than saying you suborn perjury. Suborning perjury is when you put a witness forth that you know is committing perjury. You're suborning perjury. I didn't say they suborned perjury. I said they embraced it, and there's no way around that because their witness testified that the tape recordings I've had of him committing extortion were fake. So I had to call another witness in to then say, yes, those are real recordings. That's this Relly guy, and this is me, and I made the recording, and so they're not fake. So the prosecution then, took those recordings and played them and accepted that they were Relly. So I said they had to embrace, but that was perjury on behalf of ASAP Rocky. There's no question about that. And he admitted perjury 5 or 6 or 7 other times on the witness stand. So there was no question that was perjury. So I said, well, by adopting him, by accepting him, by moving forward with their arguments, they embraced perjury. Oh my God, you would think I said something so horrific, but that's a fact. That's just a fact. It's not anything. And this one prosecutor in particular has a sort of a history and a reputation, and he had another hissy fit. I said to the jury at the end of the day, I said, if there's a moment of a matter of importance in your own life.
Pretty much they were saying that ASAP Rocky was lying and basically trying to extort Rocky. They played an audio of him saying, oh, he a millionaire, he got money, like making it seem like he was just setting him up for a payday. So I don't know to face 4 years versus taking a good 6 months. You gotta really, really think that you have a strong chance to win.
Or the life of a loved one. Would you trust this guy really, ASAP really, with anything in a matter of importance? Of course you would, not for anything. So you can't do it in a matter of importance in his life, is what I said to them. And I think that resonates because it's a very grave consequence here, and I think the jury sort of understands the magnitude of the moment.
So, Joe, let's talk about something that, at least from what we were told by people in the courtroom, that did resonate with the jury, and that was Rihanna being in court several days during the trial, sitting there right behind Rocky, and certainly during closing was there with the kids as well. And we heard the prosecutors in their closing really implore the jury to ignore the fact that Rihanna was there. This is, I mean, basically, it sounded the prosecutor was saying, don't fall for this family picture that they're trying to paint here. Just deal with the facts of the case.
But it was a family picture, right?
Well, it's a family. I mean, it's not a family picture that they're trying to paint. It's a family. She's been there almost every day. She obviously loves him. They are a great couple. I've got, obviously I've known Rock for a long time. I've known Reef for a long time. And seeing them together in a time like this, a time of need, is something very special. To see them really, she's really there supporting him.
She really is in love with him. I feel like we don't know what's going to happen yet. Like, there hasn't been any type of convictions or the case hasn't been dismissed. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen. But I just honestly feel like, dang, like you a whole billionaire and you still got to be with your baby daddy up in the courthouse. Like, geez Louise. And anything can happen. And ASAP is a millionaire as well. So let's not make it seem like, he's just a chump off the street. But it's like, geez, like, no matter how far you elevate, if you want to deal with one of these, chances are you're going to be up at the courthouse with your baby daddy, child. It's just, no matter which way you want to turn the key, it don't matter if you are the world's biggest pop star, a multi-billionaire, a nigga gonna nig.
In full force. And, they're a family. So why would that be odd or unique? And to me, when he commented on that in his closing, it was just another sign of weakness. To me, it was a sign that this is what they're worried about. Like, instead of the evidence, they're focused on, is Rihanna going to sway the jury? I never mentioned Rihanna in this trial. Rihanna was not part of our defense. We have factual defenses, and they seem to be obsessed with Rihanna and her being there. So I don't think this jury is going to be swayed by Rihanna.
It definitely helps, though, Joe, right? I mean, you can admit it. It doesn't hurt.
Who knows? I don't think it hurts because.
Okay, hold on. You said who knows? I know. The answer is yes. Okay. I know.
I don't. Yeah, look, these are people. We don't know what jurors think. Like, we have people from all different walks of life on that jury. So who knows what it means? If anything, I think at the end of the day, jurors are going to look at the facts of the case.
Well, I got to say,
imagine making $453,000 in a single month as
the cases you've handled, and you've handled so many, some of them, you win some and you lose some within the same case, and it could still be viewed as a victory. With Rocky, everything's on the table, it seems. Either it's going to be all or nothing. Either he gets convicted and it's going to be super serious, or this guy gets exonerated. How long do you think it's going to take?
Look, I told this jury, without being disrespectful to their process, that it wouldn't be surprising if this were a 5-minute verdict. Reasonable doubt is what you need. You just need one. There's about 100 in this case. Again, you don't know what the jury's thinking. So when you say how long you think it's going to take, that is a question that basically asks me to read tea leaves, Harvey, and it's impossible to do it. Who knows what a jury's thinking? Who knows how long they're going to be? Hopefully not long. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get a verdict. It should be a quick verdict, but who knows? And who knows which way it's going to go? You just can't take anything for granted with a jury.
By the way, Joe, I totally knew the answer to that, and I knew that you couldn't possibly tell. And I've covered a million cases.
No kidding,
it was just my obligation to ask a dumb question, so I decided.
was a good dumb question, though. I mean, it's a lot of your.
Because Harvey said, put some respect to my name. I am an attorney at law too. I just do gossip because people love, to get into the mess and to spill the tea, and they love the paparazzi, baby. But he's a man about town.
Viewers may not know the answer to that and think there's some magic formula that what you're going to get. So it's not a dumb question to a lot of people. I get the question a lot. How long will it take? I mean, so he's he's the face of Gucci. So I had a call with Gucci yesterday, and they're like, "Well, when will the verdict be?" I'm like, "What? When will the verdict be, guys? It's let me go ask the 12 jurors. I'll let you know."
That's really interesting.
Gucci is
that's really interesting.
Which makes it
he's
seem
got a
like
cologne coming out. He's got a cologne coming out called Gucci Guilty. I'm like, are you guys kidding me? So, I swear to God, it's called Gucci Guilty. And I'm like,
what? No
can
way.
You hold the campaign on this one for another week? Like, we got to get it out for Valentine's Day. I'm like, I don't care. Like, Gucci Guilty? I said, could you change the Gucci Not Guilty? And then, so
I am stunned.
Are you
Seriously?
serious?
They were going to have a Gucci Guilty campaign?
And he's the guy.
Oh my
gosh. Wow.
It's unreal. This was planned over a year.
Lawyers' work is never done. It's not just in court, huh?
Unbelievable.
Got to get on with Gucci.
I've been going crazy with Gucci for last year, saying, hold that stupid campaign or change the name to Gucci Not Guilty.
Well, we're going to continue to follow this and see what happens with the situation, but we're going to move on to another legal situation with Jay-Z. So Jay-Z and Beyonce has recently been spotted out in Beverly Hills. Once again, courtesy of TMZ, but this time we about to watch TMZ on the TikTok streets, okay? Fair use. I hope I don't get a strike, child, but you know what? We just going to play this content. It's going to be all right.
Beyonce were out in Beverly Hills this weekend, all smiles.
Good reason.
With very good reason, because they got a big legal victory on Friday.
Can I quote Trump on this one? Huge.
It was huge.
Huge.
Absolutely huge. It really is, because there was a woman who had come forward claiming that she had been raped by Jay-Z and Diddy back in 2000 after the VMA at a VMA after party.
And none of it made any sense.
Didn't make sense.
The
Huge
people who were
holes.
supposedly there were out of the state. The place they were at wasn't right.
Wasn't the right place.
There were a lot of holes in there.
And she finally filed to dismiss that lawsuit. She dropped it voluntarily.
With prejudice.
Cannot be refiled. So this was not a case of a settlement, to be clear. She
walked away, got no money,
got nothing.
Over.
And Jay-Z celebrated that, the fact that...
We should say, and it was filed by the lawyer who has filed a slew of lawsuits against Diddy.
Tony Busby.
Tony Busby.
Right. And Tony Busby, spoke to us for our Diddy docs, and pretty open about this strategy he has of sending these demand letters.
He said this is the game. That you basically send somebody a letter saying, pay up or I'll sue. And if they don't pay up, they'll sue.
Well,
and the point is that, especially for a famous person, it's career ending.
Right. And Jay-Z calls it extortion. And in fact, he is suing Tony Busby over that. So even as the one accuser was dropping her lawsuit, Jay-Z was in court trying to make sure that his extortion lawsuit against Busby goes forward. And he mentioned something we had not heard before. He said that there was a second demand letter sent by Tony Busby to him last fall that mentioned a male accuser who, according to the story, as Jay-Z read it in a letter, claimed that he was underage at the time and that Jay-Z was involved in a sexual assault against him in Beverly Hills. Jay-Z.
Oh my God, do y'all believe that there's any truth to any of this? Well, the girl that was 13, she dropped it. But I just be thinking, like, where there is smoke, there is fire to some degree. Like, they say birds of a feather flock together. I can attest to the fact that whatever, you can hang out with somebody and not do exactly what it is that they're doing, but you do have a little bit of an idea of what your friends are into. So I don't know, child.
Jay-Z flatly denies all that, but says, this is this guy Busby extorting me. He's sending me a letter that, in Jay-Z's eyes, was very clear he wanted a large sum of money.
Pay up or else I'm going to blow the whistle on you.
Yeah, and it's clear that Jay-Z's not letting this go. If you read his declaration in that case where he is suing Tony Busby, what he's saying is, I viewed these letters as an existential threat to my reputation, everything I've worked my whole life to build, and he wasn't going to take it lying down. So even though this lawsuit's been dismissed with prejudice, the one against him, it seems like Jay-Z's going forward and will continue to pursue Busby, maybe to
and as he should.
Sort of send a message that you can't do this to a certain type of celebrity, not him.
Well, Jay-Z was calling Busby a 1-800 lawyer.
Called him a 1-800 lawyer and says the system needs to change. Can't have guys like this blowing up the lives of innocent people with allegations that he should be vetting and understand are not true.
That's true too, God's anointed. You got a point. That is exactly how it started with Diddy. Now let's head on over to these Instagram streets. Everybody smash the like button. Okay. Shouts out to the neighborhood talk. Oop. Jay-Z sues Tony Busby. Reportedly felt there was a pow to his head after a false grape lawsuit was filed the night before Blue Ivy's Lion King premiere. Claims he lost $20 million in contracts. Put me in a position between choosing to support my daughter or hiding to avoid negative press. We all said that when this came out. We all said it like, dang, like, like this is kind of putting a bad taste in people's mouths, and it's legit putting a damper on Blue Ivy's night. Breaking, attorney Tony Busby has dropped a grape lawsuit against Jay-Z. He cleared his name. It was dropped. This is the paperwork if y'all want to read it, but I'll read Jay-Z's statement. Jay-Z's statement. Today is a victory. The frivolous, fictitious, and appalling allegations have been dismissed. This civil suit was without merit and never going anywhere. The fictional tale they created was laughable. If not for the seriousness of the claims, I would not wish this experience on anyone. The trauma that my wife, my children, my loved ones, and I have endured can never be dismissed. This 1-800 lawyer gets to file a suit hiding behind Jane Doe, and when they quickly realize that the money grab is going to fail, they get to walk away with no repercussions. The system has failed. The court must protect victims, of course, while with the same ethical responsibility. The court must protect the innocent from being accused without a shred of evidence. May the truth prevail for all victims and those falsely accused equally. Alex Spiro's statement. The false case against Jay-Z that never should have been brought has been dismissed with prejudice. By standing up in the face of this heinous and false allegations, Jay has done what few can. He pushed back. He never settled. He never paid one red penny. He triumphed and he cleared his name. Wow. So what y'all think? Y'all think this was real? Y'all think that Jay-Z just, he's not guilty of this, but he's guilty of other things? What y'all think? Jay-Z keep trying to say he don't be hanging with Diddy though. Janetta, we all done seen that man in pictures with Diddy at every single white party. They've literally been to each other's houses and events since forever. What's up, Amberella? He told 15-year-old Rihanna to sign that contract or go out the window. That is true, and we definitely did cover that. He's demented enough to do anything, in my opinion. I hope it's not true for the kid's sake, but that attorney is kind of shady. Jay-Z replies are something. Yeah, child, we just gonna have to keep watching. Speaking of attorneys being something else, Wendy Williams was permitted to go outside. Wendy Williams is outside, and I'm so happy for Wendy.
Hey, Wendy, how you doing? Here for a happy celebration. How's it feel to be on the dog? Beautiful. You feeling good? Okay. This way.
Wendy looks so good. She looks so happy.
Okay. Wendy, do you plan to see your son on this trip? Look at you, Wendy. so cute, Wendy. Hope you're feeling good. Yeah. Which way? Yeah, Gina's not on the phone. She's gonna hang up. One second. Okay. Yeah. Is this our call? Yeah. Yes. Oh, okay. Gina. Okay, I have to get a card here, and I'm going to one thing like right here.
Wendy, are you happy to be outside? Are you happy to be outside, Wendy?
We outside. Thank you, Wendy.
That made me so happy. That made me so happy to see. I cannot lie. Because honestly, seeing Wendy breaking down, crying through the window on TMZ, that kind of like that tugged at my heartstrings. I cannot lie to y'all. Like, and I love Wendy Williams. I had the privileged opportunity of going to the Wendy Williams show twice when she was still on air, and she was just amazing at what she did. Her eyes didn't look glossy though. Like I'm going to maintain that because I don't lie. Her eyes looked a little vacant. She looked a little glossed over, like she was there, but kind of like disassociated, or y'all picking up what I'm putting down? But this is her eating with her son. I can't play the audio because I'm not trying to get a copyright jail. Shouts out to the Shade Room. This is Wendy sitting next to her son. They busting down some food. It looks like it's good. It looks like she's saying it's good, but I think it's...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm not trying to get no copyright. But I'm so happy that she's in Miami with her family. Like, this is just amazing. And she gets to be there to celebrate her dad's 90-something birthday. And then Tokyo Tony entered into the chat. I hope that the whole conservatorship just gets, like, thrown out the window, because Wendy Williams is cognitive enough to where she does not need somebody to watch over her money. If anything, we need power of attorney. I think her niece Alex, I think that's her niece's name. She's good enough to like make sure, you know, she could like watch over Wendy's affairs. She could get herself a good accountant, and she could literally sign documents where her son cannot have access to her bank accounts without her permission or without it going through the proper channels. And I'm sure he probably has a trust. Maybe she could just give him a little piece of money if that's what she wants to do, because that's her son. But the fact that she came out and said he was taking her money, spending her money on things without her permission, buying lavish gifts. I think that he was in cahoots with his dad doing that, honestly. I don't feel like Kevin Jr. was doing that on his own. I feel like he was in cahoots with Kelvin to essentially take his money. And I honestly think that her husband wanted her to be in a conservatorship because he felt like since they were still legally married, he would be able to just take control over her possessions. But it didn't work out the way that he thought it was going to work out, because every dog has its day. Okay. How's everybody doing? Make sure y'all smash the like button. Shouts out to It's On Site. Tokyo Tony shows no sympathy for Wendy Williams' guardianship battles. Bitch lied on me for years. Here we go. Oh, wait. Hold up.
Wendy.
Here we go.
Little weirdo. Her. That lied on me. Kept putting me on her motherfucking show. Yeah, ha ha ha. That's how it was when you did it to me. Wendy.
Here we go. Tokyo Tony said, B lied on me for years, talked about me for years. I cannot defend myself. I was not no popular celebrity when she started talking about me. Lied, said I cried on her shoulder and thanked her for putting me, my daughter back together. She wished she had a daughter, but that pollution between her legs. Oh, please. Oh, no. See, Tokyo Tony, baby, you don't know what's written in the cards for you for the future. And to get up here saying these nasty things about people, child, you do not know where your life is going to take you. You could be up today and down tomorrow. That's all I'm going to say as far as that's concerned. Yeah, she entertaining, but she's real nasty and wicked with it. And you got to be mindful of what you put out there because, baby, karma always going to come to collect on that ass. That's one thing karma is going to come to do is to collect on that ass. Okay? Speaking of karma coming to collect, so we spoke about the baby daddy that had his children, frozen and would not go and get his. I just want to show y'all who he's chatted up with now because I feel like as a woman, for you to be with a man that won't get his kids when his baby mama is homeless and have his kids sleeping in the car, freezing out in the cold, you should not want to lay up with a man like that. But let me just show you what his new girlfriend looks like because he ain't have nowhere to go. Word on the curb is that he was staying with the mother for the 2 children that passed. And then when she lost her apartment, he went to go shack up with this lady. What's up, Quaisha? Hey, boo. Look at her. This is the type of woman that will lay up with a man that won't take care of his kids. Y'all see that? Mm-mm-mm. And they at the casino and they gallivanting around town. He got his locks freshly twisted. He got on a fresh new fit. He at the gym. He got a car. He got a job. And his kids are sleeping out in a minivan. And this is who he laid the fuck up with. This is child. Let's see if we got any updates. Is this her?
Goodman was also in the van that day. Did the van run out of gas?
I have no idea what happened. I have no idea.
Did you fall asleep?
Yes.
And then when you woke
Only night I fell asleep. I usually be woke.
And when you woke up, what happened?
My grandson wasn't moving.
The kid's grandmother, 49-year-old Yvette Goodman, was also in the van that day. Did the van run out of gas?
I have no idea what. Yesterday, I woke them up to wake them up from school. My son wasn't moving. And I kept saying, Freddie, please get up. Please. Please, for me, just get up. Don't do this to me. And I tried to give him CPR because I'm a senior and a medical assistant. I've been working there since I was 17. I tried to give him CPR and I was just giving him CPR. I just kept saying, Freddie, don't leave me. Don't leave me, please. I saw the green and brown stuff come out of his mouth. I instantly rushed him to the hospital. I was yelling out the window, stop, stop, stop. We got to get through traffic. My baby, he's dying. We get to the hospital. I told Valerie, can you go get some help? He took too long, so I got out there to get help. They came to the car, instantly grabbed my baby out of there, get a stretch. He's not breathing. I feel like it wasn't daytime. I did everything I was supposed to do. They had everything. Everything they wanted. Only thing they didn't have was a house. But from electronics to clothes, anything they asked me for, my kids didn't even get whooped. I lost the one who made me a mother. I lost a 2-year-old.
Oh my God, that's so sad. That's so sad. And her mom was young. Her mother's only 49 years old. Dang.
It hurt losing 2 kids in one night. You know, I don't wish this on nobody. And if you can get help, please go get help. Because I don't want nobody else to go through what I'm feeling. Just wherever you can get help from. If it's not from the city, the state, no other city or state, just go. Like, you don't have to suffer. Help. Cold blue. Everybody try. I didn't know my 2-year-old was dying. I was in it with my 9-year-old, and they brought her in right after they pronounced him dead. And my mama came to me, she said, Yaya. That's what we call her, but her name is Amelia. We just call her Yaya. And they said she wasn't breathing. And they pronounced her dead too. I asked everybody for help. I called out of state. I called cities I didn't know. I called cities people asked me to call. I even asked Detroit. I've been on cam list for the longest. Everybody now wants to help. After I lost 2 kids, I've been asked for help. Yesterday, I woke them up to wake them up from school.
Notice how she said she asked for help. Nobody wouldn't get her. Nobody wouldn't help. It was Tatiana Williams.
Maybe I asked the wrong people for help. That was the only thing I did wrong.
Tatiana, remembering how many times she reached out for a place to live, she asked the father of the 2 kids that died.
He had an excuse every time. Either he's working, they can't come where he's living. He lived with a female, and the parents and them don't want kids there or something.
She also asked the city of Detroit for help.
I reached out in November. I reached out before that. I've been on the cam list for a long time. And every time I call and ask if they have a bed, they say they don't have family beds.
So the 7 of them had been sleeping in their 2002 Town and Country van since November, but the kids had everything else.
They ate every day, all day. Goodies, food. They didn't want for nothing. Every day they went to school. I had one mistake.
So somebody said it was something fishy about this story. This is the baby daddy.
You reached out to Curry, who's the father of 3 of her children.
I asked him, I said, can you get your kids for me? I said, I need help. You know I'm homeless. I done kept a room this long. I couldn't keep it no more.
They were homeless. Had Tatiana ever reached out asking to?
No, she did not. Well, she said it was good.
That man, bold-faced motherfucking lie. You heard her, she said, I told him, you know I'm homeless. Can you help me? And you heard her in the other video, he said he living with a woman I shouldn't say it, but the wildebeest bitch, I don't give a damn, because she ain't shit. She knew his kid was homeless too. And he gonna get up here with his funky ass and lie and act like he didn't know his kids was homeless. What type of deadbeat ass father are you to have your kids homeless for 3 months and not know of your children's living conditions? She had 3 of his kids. This pissed me off. I'm sorry. Pissed me the fuck off. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm getting passionate.
Can I get them just to get them? And can I get them because you're homeless? There's 2 different things.
She said she had been homeless.
Why does it matter? Why does it matter? If your baby mother needs help, why wouldn't you help? Why does she gotta give you an explanation? And all right, do y'all believe that he didn't know that she was homeless? Do y'all believe he didn't know? Put a 1 in the chat if y'all believe he did not know. Do y'all believe he didn't know she was homeless? Tell me, put a 1. Yes, he didn't know. Put a 2. No. 1, yes, he knew. Because I need to know if it's just me. 2, no, he didn't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Put a 1 in the chat if you think he knew they was homeless. Put a 2 if you did not think, if you think he had absolutely no idea. 1, he knew. 2, he did not. Because I think this motherfucker is lying. I think she lying. So y'all, it's not just me. Okay. But to be honest, Zuda's giving Dusty as if he didn't have anything, not a pot or no a window to throw it out of. I think he's full of it too. And then the fact that he's going to say, oh, she could have went to my family. Why you couldn't go to your family and ask if they can help with your kids? Those are your kids too. This whole story just pissed me the fuck off. But we never actually looked at it and reviewed it on the show. That's why we going back over it. It seems fishy to me too, Janetta, but I think that he's lying more than she is, honestly. Son, I think he can either way.
Almost 3 months.
Say, that's what I saw about 3 months, but she ain't never say nothing to me. Nothing. So all them other sob stories, they can cut all that. No, she did not.
Curry,
He say all them sob stories like 2 kids are not unalived. Then he got a little single fake tear rolling down his face. But his whole everything is devoid of emotion. Like,
lives in Novi, says Williams never specified why she wanted to drop their kids off to him.
She just asked, can I get them for a couple of days? But I told her I'm working and all that, and I'm out here. We're not close to each other, so I couldn't. But she knows all my family is right around the corner from her.
Did she reach out to any of your family?
No, she did not. And she knows she could have, like we always used to do.
He says the last time he held his children was a month or 2 ago, and that they typically FaceTime, moments he will miss.
And there's a, police investigation into this. What is it you would like to see come of this? I think it's going to bring back 9-year-old, 2-year-old.
I mean, I'm mad at me. Can't get them back, so it's whatever.
You reached out to
it don't matter to me. I can't get them back, so it's whatever. What the fuck type of father talks like that?
If you haven't already heard about this, let me
wait. That just pissed me the fuck off, y'all. Because I'm trying to see like if there's any other like footage or any other like.
And the kid's grandmother, 49-year-old Yvette Goodman, was also in the van that day. Did the van run out of gas?
We watched that. But it's like, how did 2 of them go? Like, I don't understand, child. I don't know, but some is not. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to continue to watch to see what else comes out because I just don't understand. FaceTime. This is what I'm saying. Like, you haven't seen your kids in 2 months. In 2 months. And we just supposed to believe that the mother was keeping the kids from him. Oh, he didn't know that the kids was homeless. What type of father that's actually active in their child's life doesn't see their kids for 2 whole months and does not know that their kids are sleeping out on the street? And you got a 9-year-old. You got a 9-year-old that you FaceTime every day. When you FaceTime your 9-year-old, you don't notice that he's always in a car somewhere. A 9-year-old knows how to talk and say, hey, I'm cold. We sleeping in a car. I know 9-year-old kids that will tell you all of the business. When I was 9, I used to tell all of the business. So it's no way he did not know. He is lying. I'm sorry. I just don't believe him. I think it's a combo of weather and hunger. Hey, Lisa. Hold on. It's a Dusty in the chat. Oh. Dying from hypothermia is not a quick thing. Something weird here. Okay. He's really proving the stereotype. I feel like it's a combo of things and we don't really know what it is. Like, I don't know, but I don't know. I hope she's not trifling. I hope not either. No effect at all, psychopath. Yeah, like, I just don't understand how they just passed away. Like, what? Well, they said the report of, when they did the autopsy, it was from hypothermia. So I don't know how long that takes to kick in. Let me see. Let's Google hypothermia. So hypothermia is a potentially life-threatening medical condition that occurs when the body's core temperature drops below 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 degrees Celsius. It can happen when a person is exposed to cold temperatures for an extended period or when their body loses heat faster than it can produce it. Let's do how long does it take to pass away from hypothermia? That's a better one. Wait, let me share the screen with y'all so y'all can see this. Okay. The time it takes for hypothermia to become fatal depends on several factors, including air or water temperature. Hypothermia in cold water can be fatal much faster than cold air. Body temperature. The lower body temperature, the faster unalivement can occur. Age and health. So that's why somebody said hunger and all of those things. Maybe the children were malnourished. Older adults, children, and other people with underlying health conditions are more vulnerable to hypothermia. Clothing and shelter. Well, clearly they were in a vehicle outside. Wearing appropriate clothing and having shelter can significantly slow down heat loss. So I'm thinking, like, did they not have blankets? Excuse me. Did they not have blankets? Like, were they, like, what's going on? I don't know. At water temperature. Okay. This is talking about water though. Like, they were not in water. Okay, so you can pass away from hypothermia in under an hour in extremely cold conditions. Oh my goodness. In the air, hypothermia can develop in as little as 5 minutes in temperature of minus 50 degrees Fahrenheit. People who are not dressed properly expose skin at 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Hypothermia can occur in about 10 minutes. Unalivement can occur in under an hour in extremely cold conditions. Oh man, y'all. This is just so sad. This is so sad. I wish the mother, I don't know. I almost want to say I wish she would have dropped him off like at a church or at even CPS, but that's not even, sometimes you put your kids in the system, it's very, very hard to get them out. She probably didn't want to split her children up. She probably was able to get a hotel room here or there throughout 3 months. I don't think she was sleeping. They probably wasn't in the car the whole entire time. That's the only thing that I could conceive of, that maybe she kept thinking like, oh, I'm on a waiting list somewhere. It'll get better. I just got to weather it out, for these couple of months. When I get a little more cash, I could go into a hotel room. And I think that's what she was doing. That's what it seems like to me. Also, last I checked, there are so many resources to help mothers with kids, especially due to this time of year. Hell, hi, Miss Nisha Bean. You always calling a man dusty, but then claim you want the man at the same damn time. How does that work? What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? Who even are you? I want to know, did she reach out to them? Did she have family or something? So I saw another part, Quaisha, in a part of an interview. She said she reached out to family. When she had money, she offered to pay, but nobody wanted to take them in with all of that many kids. Like, it was too many of them. And people don't be wanting to be like, y'all, it's like, why nobody didn't help? When you come in with a family of 6 and 7 and 8 of y'all, like, that's a lot of a load for anybody to take on as well. We just got to keep it real. A lot of people, the average person is not trying to take you in with 4 kids, your mother, and 2 teenagers. That's a lot of people. Now, if it's just you and 1 kid, or you and maybe 2 kids, that's a little different ball game. But you, 4 kids, your mother, and 2 teenagers, that's how many people was. So it was her mom, her 4 kids. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, her, the mother, the kids. That's already 7 people. And then it said 2 teenagers. That's 8 people. She called the father, and he always made excuses as to why he couldn't keep the children. It's proof of her asking the shelters for help. Yes, and they said they didn't have enough room. She said that. She said, I asked, they said they didn't have any beds for a large family. And that's what I think. Like, she didn't want to split her kids up. Putting your kids in a system ain't no guarantee you're going to get them back. And it ain't no guarantee they're going to go somewhere that's going to keep them safe and also keep them alive as well. Kids get trafficked all the time in CPS. We can't just act like that's a foolproof way for your kids to get the help that they need. That can't be the full story, not going to lie. I have family. I hesitate in helping because she takes advantage and never helps us. She has a victim mentality to everything and yet doesn't get the help. So the shelters didn't have enough beds. They typically would give a voucher if it's cold. Nobody had a job between them adults. That's a lot of people to take in. I don't know, y'all. We're going to have to keep seeing what's going on. Why would you having all them kids anyway? And where they fathers? Come for me. The father of the 2 children that passed away did not get his kids. She asked that man to help him out with them kids multiple times, and he always had an excuse and always said no because he's a homosexual that was living with another woman. So clearly he was staying with her because they had a 2-year-old. So he ain't just too long get up off of her. He was just punching her not too long ago. She had to have a place to stay, and then all of a sudden she did not, and then all of a sudden he moved on, and now he with old girl, the picture that I just showed y'all. I don't know. It's a lot of loopholes. We don't know exactly what happened, but we're gonna have to keep looking into it. The grandma was in a car too. Exactly. Yes. The grandmother was in a car too. Yes. This is just so sad. There should be more resources out here for people. It should not be this hard to get by that you lose your kid to cold weather. Yeah. The whole thing just seems, I don't know. We can't just say I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. I just feel like the father just didn't even try to help. It looks to me like the mother tried. That's what it looks like to me. Now, could she have possibly done more? Maybe. I don't know all she tried to do. From what we do see, she tried to call shelter. She was on a waiting list. If you're on a waiting list for something, what's the point of continuously calling when they say you're on a waiting list? So when we have a room, a bed, or something available, chances are in a situation like that, they contact you when they have availability. She says she kept calling to check in, to see if something opened up or there was some resources or something, but there was none. That's what she said. Probably when she had her own home, the father blamed it on her. I don't know. We just gonna have to keep following. Like, I don't even know what else is there that's gonna come out about this, honestly. What else is there? Like, and then, people were questioning like whether or not the mom would be charged with neglect. Like, do y'all think the mother should be charged with neglect? If the mother's gonna be charged with neglect, I think the father should be charged too. Fuck that. I'm tired of just only women being responsible for kids that men helped them to make. It goes back to what you say all the time. Love, you gotta gatekeep our womb. Yeah. The wait list is hysterical, but I thought Detroit would have had more. In my state, there is many different things to do, but you may not get everything you want. Man, I wish in extreme weather there was something more to help this family. I'm still on her having all these kids like it was nothing. What was the purpose of that? I don't know. But they was here. Once they already here, we can't, it's nothing we could do. We could only tell each other moving forward to learn from situations like this, but her children were already here. She couldn't give them she couldn't do anything. Well, I mean, 2 of them went back to God, unfortunately, but they were already here. And it's just unfortunate that she was not able to get the resources nor the help that she so desperately needed. I worked in a homeless shelter and saw them turn away women with children if it was crowded in the shelters. Thank you, Lisa, because everybody up in here seems to act like shelters just be wide open all the time. Sometimes people, they don't be no beds, rooms and shelters every time you go to a shelter. I haven't had to go to a shelter, let me knock on the wood, but I know people and I've known families that have gone to shelters and they said there's no room. I had to get on a waiting list. There's nothing we could do. I can't just go walk up to a shelter and say, give me a bed. If there's no beds available, then there's no beds available. And if it was really, really freezing like that, I mean, logically speaking, all of the beds would be taken up because everybody that's homeless, typically homeless, would probably already go and put their bed in so that they can make sure when it gets cold like that outside, that they wouldn't have to sleep outside on the street. That's a logical thing. So I don't think that it's far-fetched to believe that she got turned away because there literally was no way to place them. And it wasn't just her and one other kid. She had 4 kids. And then her mother, not if she was in a car with kids. It was something out of her control. No judge will see that case. Okay, there should have been room. There are shelters that put cots on the kitchen and take people when the weather is cold. There is no reason she should be on the street. I agree. And the system is flawed. The system is flawed. But we have to continue to acknowledge the fact that the system is flawed. It is flawed. It's unfortunate. I've known people who were on waiting lists for shelters. Me too. I worked at Morningstar Missions in Illinois, and they turned women with children away if the shelters were crowded, and those women didn't get help. That's what I'm saying, Lisa. Sadly, with all the new changes, there may not be many shelters left. Not the shelters. I never recommend the shelter with families. In my state, there is vouchers. And you know what, Quaisha? Are you in Detroit? Because states by states are also different. So we could think like, oh, in my state, you could get a voucher, you could get a this. Where she's at, she probably don't have access to those type of resources, unfortunately. Sleeping in your car is quite common in the US and UK. Son, I don't know why everybody's just acting like this is not something that motherfuckers ain't doing every day. Like, it doesn't make it okay? No. Is this so uncommon and unheard of? No. There's somebody sleeping in the car right now with their kid. Going to a gym to take a shower, to go to work, and to take the kid to school. It's unfortunate, but this happens. So if this circumstance is really not that uncommon, it is extremely unfortunate. I do not advise women to have multiple kids when you're having a fucking hard time with one. But if they're already here, I don't know. That's crazy. Yeah. So she had a place come for me. She just became homeless in November. So she wasn't homeless the whole entire time she had her children. Something must have happened in November. I don't know what, but then that's when she became homeless. The system is beyond flawed. It's sick. The government is trying to get women to have kids, but care nothing for them when they get here. That part, they have vouchers in the D, not mostly for the burbs. Yeah, that's true. Most states, urban areas have hidden resources. That's why I always volunteer and spend time because each state hides resources too. Yeah. It's common. I watch a lot of content creators that sleep in their cars in preparation they do to sleep in it during the winter months. Sabrina, there's homeless all over here. It's real and rough. People need to stop the cap. They acting like, oh, she's just sleeping in a car. She could have just went and walked in somewhere and got help. This is not a laughing matter. I'm chuckling at the idea of how simple it sounds. But if you're in a situation like that, it's not that black and white. It's not. I am grateful that I don't have children. So if something happened to me and I don't have shelter, it'll be easier for me to slide into a family member's house because I don't have a group of little kids with me. But it's not the easiest to just go and get help all the time. I think we need to give this mom a little more grace. I think we do. I'm sure she tried. I don't think that she would have opted to sleep in a minivan with her children and her mom. I don't think she would have chose that if she had a choice. I just don't. I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe something else will come out. But I just don't see like who would choose if they have access to resources to just sleep in a car and freeze to death with their kids. Like I don't know. I don't know. Same. Yeah, I hope she's done having kids too. I mean, yeah. It's sad. It's not uncommon, but it should not be. I agree. I've lived in my car, unfortunately, Love Jones, you're right. It's not black and white. It's literally 50 shades of gray. The systems are extremely hard to navigate. Yeah. I think that mom has been through enough in times like this. The dad should have stepped up. And where the families at, didn't nobody check on them? Ain't no way nobody knew. She said she tried. Quaisha, she said, I tried to stay with people, but people didn't want that many kids in their house. What? Okay. Do y'all really think that the average person is going to take in a mother with 4 kids for an extended period of time? Because she probably was able to stay at a person's house for a night or two, but for an extended period of time, the average person doesn't even have room to accommodate their own children, let alone 4 extra children. And then she also had her mom and 2 other teenagers that she probably didn't want to leave out in a cold either. The average person is not going to take in a mother with 4 children. They are not. We got to be honest about that. This doesn't sound good. And I know y'all probably want me to shut the fuck up, but I'm going to keep it real. The average person, whether it's your aunt, your sister, your uncle, your mother, your father, maybe your mother, but her mother's homeless out on the street with her. The average person outside of your immediate family, being maybe a father, a mother, is not going to take you in with 4 kids. The average person can't even accommodate that many kids. People are not living luxuriously in mansions to where they have that much room. People got their own kids. So it's not even like, oh, the family couldn't help it, this or that. She got herself in a bind, and the only people that she really should have been able to depend on is the fucking niggers that she laid down and had kids with. That's really my whole hard opinion. Yes, you could say, oh, the village, the father, the aunt, the sister. She should have been able to depend on those children's fathers, because that is who she shares the responsibility of those kids with. That motherfucker was at the casino gambling, showing off his little vouchers where he won $500 here, $300 there, and he had a job. He could have gave her that money, and I guarantee my bottom dollar, she did not have him on no goddamn child support. He could have gave her some money so that she could have even got a CD motel for $50 a night. She didn't need to be at the Ritz-Carlton. You could tell he was just a fucking deadbeat. And I feel like she tried and exhausted most of her resources. She said that she was trying to go to people's houses. She said she even offered to give them whatever little money she had, but was not taking that many kids. It sounds fucked up, but it's so easy to say why nobody didn't help her. Like, most of y'all up in my comment section, I love y'all to death. Y'all know y'all my love bugs. Y'all is not letting y'all cousin come and stay with y'all with 4 kids, their mother, and 2 teenagers for an extended period of time. You're not. You might let them stay for maybe, like a couple days here or there, but that's a big responsibility. That's a big responsibility. And a lot of people is not taking that on. Now, that's not to say that some of y'all might not, because some of y'all do have a good heart. You know what I mean? But most of us live in a 1-bedroom or maybe a 2-bedroom apartment. Some of us already have our own children. Who is taking in 6 to 7, 8 people? Like, this sounds bad. And I hope I don't know. I don't know. This is so unfortunate. Your mother actually did this multiple times. It honestly sucks to be displaced in your own home as a kid, having to accommodate a whole bunch of strangers. It's rough on kids. I don't think to keep like that. There's plenty of ways to get help, from families, blankets, clothes, and space to sleep at night. Plenty of ways to help out in those situations. Anything counts. That's true. Y'all, some people just don't know how to survive, and I don't claim to be one, but my little cousin, child, she rented a hotel room one night, took all her kids in through the window. She had at least 5. Damn. Act like how at times had happened, and to say how many kids she shouldn't have is irritating. She lost her job and lost her home, and now lost 2 children, and people talking about what? How about my cousins would leave the window cracked so they could get back in? Facts. They could freshen up and store stuff, occasionally sleep over, but no, they can't get mail here. This is what I'm saying. So people probably did try to help her out a little bit, but I just feel like men just get to just, it infuriates me how it's literally like, well, why her family didn't help? The father should have really been the 6 months is enough for her to get a job and a security deposit for a new place. I don't have the space, and I don't like my family enough to ever take them jokers and my nieces and nephews. Yes, absolutely, but the mother's hell no. I'm not going to lie. I let my cousin and her 3 children stay with me, but I gave her 3 months. She didn't give me any problems. She saved her money and left. That was nice, Lisa. I just want men to stop asking for kids if they can't properly support the kids. Hello, Quaisha, that's my whole thing. Like, we could be looking at everybody else, but this father literally just didn't get his fucking kids. He didn't help her. And I feel like that probably could have helped out a little bit. Maybe they wouldn't, if he could have just, but he didn't even have his own shit going on. Even if he could have said, hey, they can't stay with me, but I could give you $300 so that you could get a room. You know what I mean? For 5 nights. Get a $50 motel. Something. While you still on a waiting list, you know, let me see if I can help you to at least pay for a room. Something. He didn't have no way to stay, Janetta, but on his Facebook page, he was gambling. He was going to the casino and like winning money and bragging about winning money. And he had a gym membership. Thank you, right? I don't know. Is it Arlen? I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce your name. But that's the point too. Like you doing, this is not a necessity to be at a gym. Any fucking penny would have counted toward helping your kids have some type of shelter. Like even if you just, whatever you could have given, and you know that the wildebeest bitch was paying all the goddamn rent where he was living at. You know he ain't have to hardly contribute shit. He literally could have been like, yo, I have to give my kids is out on like they cold in the street. Like any extra money that I get this month, you know, I'm gonna give it to my baby mother so they could get a room. If a man will bare minimum you, he will bare minimum your kids. We need to do better collectively and raise the standards as we accept before having kids. Exactly. Is Rosalind, but I cut it short. Okay, boo. Hey, Hera. They're not asking for the kids, they're asking. Oh. I raised 3 of my nieces because he's the girl. I was crucified. Sometimes you can't help people, especially family. There's going to be a lot more of these too. He said, thanks for everything, mama, to the wildebeest. I genuinely don't think he was working on anything. I'm pretty sure Big Bag told him. Oh my God. Told him no, and he had to obey. Quaisha, I agree with you. I agree with you. I agree. She probably was like, they can't come here. And he was just like, oh, well. But that's what I'm saying. Like, even if they couldn't go there, like he should have scuffled up a couple extra dollars so that they could have at least like got a motel room. Anything would have been better than them sleeping in a minivan. Even if they only had a motel room with 1 bed, at least they would have all been together. He threw his baby mother under the bus. Damn sure did. And threw all the blame on his baby mother. The lady he was paying for everything for sure. The lady he with is paying for everything. Exactly. I agree, but I feel like he's doing something to make a little bit of cash. He looked like he got like probably like a warehouse job or something like that. And then do y'all know that he set up a GoFundMe? The father set up a GoFundMe page. Not for funeral expenses, no, just to mourn the kids in memory of the kids. Child, I cannot. Any women who lay with a man that abandons his kids is garbage. Thank you, Amberella. That's why I showed her in the first place, because I'm like, how could you as a woman be with a man that just has his kids out in the street? And she had to know too, there is no way on God's green earth that you are laid up with a man and you don't ask him, where the fuck are your kids? We live together. That's one thing if you sneaky linking with a nigga, because you don't give a fuck what the fuck he got going on with his kids. Like, you know, he might mention them or whatever. You loosely dating somebody, you know, but if y'all are living together and playing house and y'all shacked up, there is no way I could be living with a man and I've never seen his kids in 2 months. Never seen his kids. You never told me that you was going to pick them up. You never showed me no pictures of you taking your kids out. You're not telling me that you taking them out to breakfast or picking them up from school or taking them out to lunch, or they're calling you, asking you to send them something. You are a trash ass woman for dealing with a man like that. And then, you know, he is serial. I don't know if he got other kids, but he shot that lady club up 3 times. You think that he not shooting that lady club up and potentially about to stick her with a baby too? I'm not dealing with no man that has kids, and I've never heard him talk about his kids, or I've never seen him go see his kids. I've never FaceTime him and he's with his kids. I just wouldn't do it, because if you doing that to your kids that you got right now, What makes me think that I would be different? If I, God forbid, God let you shoot my club up, you're not going to treat me or my kids no better than what you treating your existing kids. We got to do better when it comes to this shit, y'all. We really do. We really do. We really, really do. I was with my baby father for many years. When we split up, he helped me for 2 months, and that was it. That's trifling. But he gonna pay. Karma always comes to collect. Karma always comes to collect. And this is the problem too. Like a lot of us, we get with these men just to say that we got a man. We don't care what he look. We don't care what he ain't got to have no credentials. He don't even got to be a nice person. He don't even got to really fucking like us. But because society tries to trash women for not being governed, having, you know, a connection, being tethered to a man, we literally just link up with these men. We give our most prized possession away, which is our womb. And I tell y'all all the time, if you ever see me pop up pregnant with a baby, it's because I wanted to be a mother. I don't care if I'm with the love of my life. I don't care if I am literally, oh my God, head over heels, crazy. I don't care. I will never have a baby for a man. That's why I don't have. I will never have a baby for a man, and I will not advise any women. If y'all don't got no kids, do not ever have a baby for a fucking man. Do not ever have more than what you can bear on your own. Even if you married to a fucking multimillionaire, anything can happen. He could pass away. He could have you binded up in some fucking paperwork to steal your kid. Anything can happen. So you best to be ready to go at it alone at any given point. It's sad, but it's a true reality that women face. When you have children, you have to do it because you want to do it. And do not give no broke, busted, and disgusted homosexual your womb 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 times. You have one kid, you don't know what's going to happen after the first kid. You don't know. Maybe you don't know. But then when he show you, when he say, bitch, welcome to the motherfucking party, and he leave your ass and only come around when you giving him some ass, bitch, don't do it again. We be too desperate for a man out here, child. We be too desperate for a man. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and say I didn't cry behind a man before and crash out abso-fucking-lutely. But guess what? Ain't no nigga crack an egg. I ain't stay there. Bitch, you say no, I say next. I will get the fuck on. I can love you, bitch. I'm going to make sure that I'm happy and that I'm good, okay? Speaking of, let me show y'all this video of this lady that her husband did on the wedding day, at the wedding reception, embarrassing her. Child. Everybody up in here, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Welcome to the show. I hope y'all all having a good night. Very heavy topic. Child, I know, but we needed to talk about it, baby. Wait, no, where is it? Hold up, where is that video? Let me see. Oh, I sent it. Didn't it? Oh no. Oh, I don't think it's up here anymore. I don't got it. That sucks. I wanted to play y'all this video. Anyways, it was a bride and a groom at a wedding. Let me see if I can find it. And pretty much the groom was like, oh, I look good today. And he literally thanked all of his groomsmen, shouted out everybody, and did not say nothing nice about his wife. And she was just rolling her eyes like, It was so humiliating and embarrassing. So embarrassing. Like, child. Did not even say she looked nice. He was like, yeah, because I look good. And I was just like, this is so embarrassing. Dang, I knew I should have screen recorded it. They probably took it down because it started going viral. Right? He was like, yeah, I know I look good. And she just rolled her eyes and was standing there. He did not acknowledge her at all. He was like, shouts out to you, shouts out to my homeboy over there, shouts out to y'all over there. Like, yeah. And then she was like, oh, shouts out to me. Like, she took the mic and she was basically bigging herself up, like, oh yeah, they killed this dress is hot. And he was just rolled his eyes when she said that. I was, girl, that man hates you. Like, what? Like, your baby daddy hates you. And then let me show y'all another woman that child. This is another trifling story, basically piggybacking off of Tatiana with the kids that froze. Like, this lady, I'm just like, what the hell is going on? This is what we out here doing. We cannot, okay, let me make a disclaimer. When women already have kids that's already here, there's nothing we can do about it. But all we can do is use this as a cautionary tale to not do this to ourselves, okay? We're not going to demonize women that already have children because there's nothing we could do about it. We can't say, oh, but what we can do is learn from this.
The video of, heard the news about the mother losing her 2 children. May they rest in peace. But then I just saw another news article where the father said he didn't know. He said that she never called and told him to get the kids because they were homeless. He says she only called and asked him to get the kids. She just kept calling and asking him to get the kids, but she never told him that they were homeless.
Hey, Norris.
Then he says, yeah, I see, but I didn't know. That woman was homeless for 3 months. Sir, how often do you see your fucking children? Because how the fuck you didn't know? And when somebody calling you to get your kids, why the fuck you didn't come get your fucking kids?
Exactly.
It be that same bullshit. And the reason why I know this is the bullshit is because I went through it. I was in a homeless shelter. And I got very, very sick because I just had the baby. I had a spinal leak. My C-section incision infected. I had pneumonia and had a low fluid around my brain from the spinal leak. I was very sick and I was trying very hard not to go to the hospital, but I eventually passed out and they took me to the hospital and they told me they were not going to release me. And in the shelters here in Maryland, you cannot leave your children overnight at a shelter unsupervised without a guardian. So CPS was called. Before CPS was called, I had my ex-husband, who was the father of my oldest child, my ex-fiance, who was the father of my second oldest child, and I had my brand new newborn.
So that's 3 baby daddy.
We're not going to talk about that one. I called all 3 of these men, and I asked them to come get their individual children while I was in the hospital. I told them CPS is about to come get them. Mind you, we were homeless for 8 months prior to that. The entire pregnancy, I was homeless. Okay? Did they offer to come get their kids? No. When I called them and begged them to come get their kids because it was raining and I was outside, did they come get their kids? No. When I was in the hospital, sick, begging, can you please come get your kids because they're going to take them. CPS is going to try to take the kids. Can you come get your individual children? Do you know none of these men, not one of them, said, yeah, I'll come get my baby. None of them. Now, thank God that was about 15 years ago. I'm in a much better place now. But I said it all to say this. You fathers like to sit around and poke your lips out after shit didn't happen. After shit done gone down, y'all want to get involved. Y'all want to say, oh, well, she didn't say nothing. But where the fuck were you? Where the fuck were you? Like, in all of that time, did you not see your children? Did you not see their state of their mother? Were you not going to visit them? Did you not see the state of their living situation? See, these are the questions that I ask when I see these fathers come out the woodwork with these sob stories and they want their 15 minutes of fame. Oh, my baby, but you don't care about your baby. You just like the rest of these motherfuckers out here talking some, oh, don't get abortions. But then y'all don't give a fuck about the kids that's left here. I literally had a conversation with one of my dumbass brothers the other day, and this nigga was like, well, she don't want to be with me. Then there's not my kids no more. You guys sound fucking like idiots. You just sound fucking stupid. I'm going to need y'all to stop. If you're not going,
did y'all hear her? She said, well, she don't want to be with me, so that's not my kids no more. Booyah.
Be an active parent. Don't come after the tragedy. Don't come after the tragedy trying to act like Captain Save-A-Ho, because y'all motherfuckers was not involved. Y'all did not give a damn when the kid was here, and now you got your lips poked out. No sympathy for you, sir. None, not at all. Nope, not one bit. Bye.
Having kids with these men is like, oh my God, not all, but it's the luck of the fucking draw out here, bitch. It's the luck of the fucking draw out here. It seems like a lot of these men really don't want their fucking kids. They just want to make sure you can't continue to live your life without being attached to them forever. Like, she should not have had to ask for help with his kids. There's no way a parent should be so uninvolved. Men like that always do that ish when CPS is called and all kinds of things. It's too late by then. The men want to blame the mothers instead of themselves. That part. Ask no ladies, tell those mother effers to get the child or the children. That part too. I mean, it's just, I saw a woman begging the shelter to let her in. They turned her away. It's just so sad. But then they'll shame women for not having children. It's like, you don't know what's going to happen when you bring a child into this world. You really don't know. Anything can happen. You could be rich and then be fucking homeless the next day. You could be with the love of your life and then he leave you or pass away or anything could happen. It really is a gamble. It really is. Whenever I meet men with children and they talk crap about their baby mothers, I tell them you should have chose better. And that's when I proceed to disengage. I don't condone men talking crap about their baby mothers. Oh, men love to do that. Everything is the baby mother fault. Oh, she crazy, she this, she that. But you have multiple kids with her. So shut the fuck up. Clearly you liked every bit of her craziness. Clearly you liked every bit of her psychosis. Because why would you have multiple kids with a woman like that? And you keep going back over there. It's most, and for me, it's all till it's none. They want to have the title of father with none of the responsibility. Life is a gamble and people can switch up on you at any point. Exactly. That's why termination should be legal, because is this. Now her family is helping her with her other two children. They were only helping her because she might have a lawsuit with the state for them turning her away. But this is what I said early on. People will help you quicker if you got 2 kids versus 4. It just is what it is. This is not, we don't have, it's unfortunate, but the way especially in the Black community, Black people don't help each other like that. It's really not set up like that. Majority rules. Majority Black folks is not letting you live in a house with 4 kids and 2 teenagers and your mother. They just not. They just not. Now, if you have 1, maybe 2, they might let you stay for a little while. But you cannot just go and expect that people's going to help you. And you can't even be mad that they don't, because nobody owes you anything. If you lay down with a man and have children, that is you and that man's responsibility. That's why I'm so aggravated that there's so many people that's trying to say it's the man, it ain't his fault and the mother should have did this and that. I feel like she tried. Could she have tried harder? Who knows? But she was doing the best that she felt like she could do at the time. He didn't try at all. That's crazy to try and sue the shelter. It's not their responsibility to take care of you and your kids. Not only that, you have to be careful who you have your kids around for their safety. That part too. Not 5, 6 deep. That's a hard no. Son, this is what I'm saying. I don't know. It's so unfortunate, and the whole story breaks my heart. It does. It's sad. Oh, child. I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on in the sky. Speaking of sad, okay, we need to pivot because this is so heavy. This has been a heavy show. I didn't expect it to be. But this, like, another plane crash, child. Shouts out to the Shade Room, TSR prayers up. Delta plane flips upside down and crash landing at Toronto's Pearson's International Airport. Like, what is really going on? And it flipped over.
Rescues there at Toronto Pearson International Airport, getting water and foam on this airplane that was very clearly on fire. What you're looking at now is the right side of the fuselage. The airplane is inverted, is upside down. You can see the nose landing gear there on the left. The fire crews did an incredible job of getting this put out quickly, and you can see the emergency exits, not only the door one on the right side of the airplane, but also the mid-cabin emergency exit open and folks coming out of it. This is the key. If you are watching this and you are a regular traveler, always leave your stuff behind. That slows down the evacuation when lives are on the line. And this is exactly why flight attendants say with such authority to leave things behind in the case of an emergency like this. A fire can spread so quickly. I know this firsthand from the crash of my mother that killed her. It can be extremely dangerous. It is one of the top risks. It's a 10 on the scale of severity on an airplane crash, in some cases an 11. And so for a case for us to be saying that this is an outcome with all souls accounted for on board this plane is really incredible. By the crash fire there at Toronto.
So no, there was no fatalities. Amen, amen. But that's crazy. Like, what? So do y'all remember that there were like drones and orbs in the sky? All of a sudden, we don't hear anything about that anymore. And then right on the tail end of that, now all of a sudden planes are crashing, planes are having to land, emergency landings, the wings are catching fire. Like, what the fuck is going on in the sky?
We're in Toronto. We just landed. Our plane crashed. It's upside down. Fire department's on site. Upside down. Everybody, most people appear to be okay. We're all getting off. Some smoke going on. We're in Toronto.
Like, what the hell? Now I'm torn because I still want to go places. Like, I've told y'all, I've been trying. I was supposed to go to Miami in January. All of this shit started happening. I was like, oh. And now I'm supposed to go next month, the end of the month. This is just like, oh, I don't know what's going on. Deirdre said, good evening, Love Jones. I was somewhere today in the chat where I had to defend you, sis. Dang, Deirdre, they still on my coochie lips. They still on my pussy hole. Damn. People are obsessed. But I get it. I mean, look at me. I pray every day because I live near a city airport, and it terrifies me how now to hear how close they sound. Damn. Yep, drones and other things. Exactly. Now planes are crashing almost every day. Hello, Quan. LJ, do you know what happened with the GoFund account? It got shut down. I don't know if he took it down, but it's no longer up. Trump firing folks, and I think air traffic control is federal. Oh, I have to go to Nevada and Cali. I'm worried. It'll be all right. We just got to continue to pray. I don't know why this is happening or what the fuck is going on, but I'm not traveling by air. F that. I have too much to live for. Was planning a trip for my birthday. Now I'm going to just stay within driving distance. Not the kitty hole. Yes, son. They on it bad because what is the problem? Yes, I said Love Jones be talking about the same stuff as you, little sister. I said Love Jones be talking about. What you mean? Be talking about the same stuff? What you mean? Oh. You mean like topics? You mean like hot topics? Is that what you mean? That little one, he had a press conference. Little one had at the press conference. Oh, He told Trump to shut his fucking mouth, and he said, "You're not even the president." That little baby boy said that. I definitely stay swinging for LJ too. Oh my God. And I'm already afraid of heights too. I'm gonna have a blazing playlist on the way down south, and I might have to take extra PTO because I ain't playing. Quaisha, I don't like flying either. I literally had a panic attack on the plane that I keep trying to block out of my mind. The last time I got on the plane, I had to take some Benadryl, child. They've been coming for you hard. Want me to get them? Come for me. Yes. Can you get them for me? But can you do it on your page so I don't get flagged and striked? Because I'm monetized and I get a yellow mark with all of the extra cussing and dramatics and stuff that we be doing back to back to back. So can you do me a favor? Come for me, please. Make a page. You can stay anonymous. You already got a page. You got Come For Me, your life will end. Upload a video. Turn that goddamn camera on. Nobody don't gotta see you. You can still have it anonymous and talk that motherfucking hot shit. Do it. They be copying you and swagger jacking. Yeah, I be seeing people doing their makeup now and trying to give the tea, and I'm like, baby girl, we know where the fuck you got that from because that was not your forte like that. Out the mouth of babes, yeah. How you talk about women's rights and love for yourself. Okay. The ancestors jumped in that baby body. Something happened. That little boy is a menace. Dennis the Menace. Okay, I got him. I'm waiting, and you better send it to me when you do it because I'm going to watch it. Have y'all tried taking the train instead for local? So I want to go to Florida. I want to go to Miami. From Miami, from here is like 24 hours on the train. I looked it up. Trust me, I looked it up. A bus ride, that's like a whole day. Like, I don't know if I could do that. Versus a 3-hour flight. Now, if it was like a train that like literally let me off in different cities and I was like staying overnight in the city and maybe I could do something like that. You know what I mean? Or like staying in a city for like a couple hours to break it up. That little boy's bad. He told Trump. With the twins out and everything. Yes, come for me. Yeah, I keep telling him he should make a page because that shit'll go up and he could talk all that hot shit he be talking. People would tune in. I mostly do trains from DC. Yeah, like a train ride like that, you know, that's easy. Like I feel like I could do like I could be on a train for 5 hours, 6 hours the most. But 10 hours, 12, 13, I can't do that. I remember when I was younger, we used to do that with my granny. We used to be on a bus because she was deathly. She would never fly. She got on a plane like one time. She said she don't like it. She did it a couple times back then, like in the 70s and the 80s and stuff. And I remember one time when I was a kid, we got on a plane. I feel like it was like, I don't know, going into the 2000s or something like that. And we went to Disney World. And after that, she was like, that's it. So we would take a bus, a Greyhound to Georgia every year. But when you young and a kid, like you agile, like your body is like, you can sit up in a chair. You know what I mean? Like you don't feel that. Like now, I feel like those bus rides used to be like 15 hours or something like that. And then like sometimes we would do a road trip with like the family. But when we did the road trips with the family, I loved it because we would stop wherever and whenever we wanted to and get out and like walk around and, you know, go to like south of the border and buy like firecrackers. And we would stop at like spots to get like food and stuff like that. So that was fun. But other than that, like, oh, you mean like on a train? Maybe. I really believe we're living in Revelation. We probably are. Now, if I could lay down somewhere, then I might consider that. No bus for me. It's a train or a plane. Yeah, that bus. I used to do that. The last time I did that bus to Georgia, I probably was like 23, maybe, or 24. That was the last time I took a bus with my granny. I miss her so much. And then we did a road trip down here when her mom passed. I can't. Or maybe that's when her mom. I don't know. The times is like weird to me. But then when she passed, we all took a road trip down there to bury her down there. Yeah. We flew her body down there and then we drove like as a family because she had already applied next to her mom and her sisters and everybody. They all wanted to be buried together. And I feel like she did that too so that we would always go back down there, you know, like so we would always have our roots still with all of the family and with the land and stuff. But the bus is a no. Did it 2 years ago. Being cheap is the worst mode of travel. You should visit her. I need to, son. I am. I'm going to this year. Y'all not trying to preach. If you read Revelations, it speaks on the planes falling out the sky. Oh my God. That bus is terrible. I would never ride a bus, not a plane, then I would drive or take a train. The trains are cool, but I feel like I've taken the train to Philly. I've taken the train to Delaware. I've taken a train to Baltimore. And that's quick. So that was nothing. I worked in the aircraft department before. I'm pretty sure it's the shortage of air traffic controller. They probably tired because they have to work longer hours now, so they are now overworked. Dang. My family did that, so I always have to go back to Mississippi to pay respect. Yeah, I feel like that's why she did that, Quan. I really do. I do. Wait, what was it? Something else I wanted to play? Hold on, let me say something. Oh, let me play y'all this last video and then I'm gonna get out of here. So asking my husband what he would do if he found out I was a man after 5 years. Let's lighten the mood because this was such a heavy show. Oh my God, y'all, this is such a heavy show. I feel like I need a glass of wine. Y'all got me ready to cry, thinking about my grandmother, thinking about those children, those babies. Like that really just got me like, just. All right, now watch this. Hold up. Let me make it big so y'all can actually see it.
What if I was men?
A what?
Like, what if, hypothetically speaking, 5 years later you find out that I was a man?
But you not a man. Like, what you mean if I found out you was a man?
But what if I was?
Why are you talking like that?
I'm just asking.
You stop using the voice?
What would you do? What would you do?
What would I do if I found out you was a man after 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
What you think I would do? You'll be on a t-shirt.
You don't put me in a t-shirt after 5 years? Like, we're already in love. So, like, you're just gonna, like, end it like that? Like,
If you told me you was a man after 5, first of all, that would never happen. First of all, let's just clarify that.
mm-hmm.
If you told me you was a man after 5 years, that means you lied and deceived me. So I have no choice but to go ahead and finish you off. Pause.
Okay.
You already know what will happen. Like,
but what if we have a baby? Like, what if we had a kid?
A baby?
Yeah.
If you was a man, how would you have a baby? I don't even like this conversation. You will be gone. All right, that'll be it. It will be no finding you. Yes, you'll be somewhere far away in the ocean. Yes.
I have a secret.
Don't play with me.
I have a secret.
Don't play with me.
I'm just playing.
Don't play with me.
What if I was?
I don't think this person is playing. I think that Jorge I think Jorge just told Jerome what the fuck it was. I think Enrique just told Tyshawn who he really fucking was. But he did it in a joke just to see, just to test the water. What y'all think? I think that probably was born a man, probably got the surgery. It's given XY. It's given XY. Do y'all see what this person? Let me play it again so y'all can look. Let me make it the whole screen so y'all can actually look at this person. I think that this is XY. Son, I agree.
Men.
A what?
Like, what if, hypothetically speaking, 5 years later you find out that I was a
And listen to the voice. Listen to the voice.
man?
But you not a man. Like, what you mean if I found out you was a man?
But what if I was?
Why are you talking like that?
I'm just asking.
You stop using your voice?
What would you do? What would you do?
What would I do if I found out you was a man after 5 years?
Mm-hmm.
What you think I would do? You'll be on a t-shirt.
You don't put me in a t-shirt after 5 years? Like, we're already in love. So, like, you're just gonna, like, end it like that? Like,
If you told me you was a man after 5, first of all, that would never happen. First of all, let's just clarify that.
mm-hmm.
If you told me you was a man after 5 years, that means you lied and deceived me. So I have no choice but to go ahead and finish you off. Pause. Well, you already know what happened. Like,
but what if we have a baby? Like, what if we had a kid?
A baby?
Yeah.
If you was a man, how would you have a baby? I don't even like this conversation. You will be gone, all right? That'll be it. It will be no finding you. Yes, you'll be somewhere far, far away in the ocean. Yes.
I have a secret.
Don't play with me.
Oh, a secret.
Don't play with me.
I'm just playing.
Don't play with me.
What if
What y'all think? Yeah. She looks and sounds exactly like a man. Oh, that's a shim. The question is flag one, the jawline, the neck, the voice, the accent, the cheekbone. But y'all already know how some of these black men are. They like everything as long as it's not a black woman. Whoop. I mean, my eyes don't deceive me, my ears have never lied. Is that person a tie? I don't know. I'm going to respect her pronouns, but yeah, that's a trans girl. So y'all think that's a girl of trans? You got the exotical one too. This is a whole man. Oh, I think so too. I had to show y'all this because I'm like, is it me or did somebody just make a confession and do it as a joke? And then at the end of the day, he really literally just sat up there and gave play-by-play what he would do if he found out. So if something ever happened to that person, we all know who did it. I saw a man with long hair. Jorge might be to come out and show us your birth certificate now. Yes, we the people say it's a lady boy. The doctors are really nowadays. Low key, he probably won't mind as long as everybody else don't know. That might be the case, Luana. You might got a point. As long as we, the people, don't know. Because that's how it be. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see if there was something else. All right, y'all, that's the show. Okay, let's see what y'all got to talk about, and then I'm getting up out of here. Passport bros are the content gift that keeps giving content. So now when everyone keeps asking them, why don't y'all have kids? It's because Jorge is a man. I feel like they know, they just want to believe in the fantasy of it. That's of it all. That's really what it is. You got a point. If she's trans, she's better get the WITSEC ASAP because old buddy got his plan in place. What's WITSEC? Shims has a strong chin. It be the voice for me. I don't know, like maybe it's just me because some of them just really do pass and you can't tell at all, even with the voice. But a lot of them, for the most part, it just be the voice. It'd be like something with the voice. Darcy Marries Medicine. You know, I don't really watch shows like that. Like I saw clips with Phaedra telling Apollo to mind his business and saying his new wife was bad body build, witness protection. Oh, okay. The voice, accent, cheekbones, exactly. I need a massage, child. Ooh, I'm gonna go get me one. Probably tomorrow or something, one of these days. Just one of them days that a girl goes through. Just one of them days. When I be inside. All right. I love you all. Thank you for showing up and hanging out with me for an hour and 47 minutes tonight. Do some cards. We haven't done these in a while. I wish I had my my spiritual card deck up here. We haven't done that in a long time. But I'm gonna grab it and we'll do it the next time. I feel so good right now. My network is steadily and constantly increasing. Great people are drawn to me. People love to buy me things, child. I'm very creative and extremely talented. My personality is amazing. I'm living happily ever after. You are an abundant child of the universe. I'm so beautiful inside and out. Everyone loves you. Whatever I spend comes back tenfold. I'm a master creator. I'm destined for greatness. I have beautiful relationships. Everything I need is always available to me. I always go with the flow. Your intuition is your superpower. I vibrate on a high flying disc. People love to help me in any way that they can. You are a whole vibe. I am a powerful manifester. I love my good feeling body. I feel great. Keep your eyes on the prize. I am a visionary. I'm in love with myself. I bring my dreams into reality. I attract what I want. I'm mentally, physically, and emotionally healthy. I have a windfall of abundance. I am great at understanding. My life is full of wonder. Money is forever flowing to me. My entire existence is a major flex. Opportunities are all around me. The stars. Show up as her, be her. Don't let nobody play in your face. Life is a movie. You're starring in it. The world is a stage, baby. You are at the center of it all. Okay. I love y'all so much. Thank you for showing up. So long. Farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now until we meet again. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. Later, love bugs. Like, comment, subscribe, share because I know you care. Drop me some pink hearts in the comment section, even after this live chat is over. And if you did not, no, if you catch us on a replay, make sure you drop me some pink hearts. Bye.